Hey, Stoic warriors. Yesterday didn't defeat you. Not another person. Not bad luck. Not the world. You were beaten by the commentary running inside your own mind. The quiet suggestions that said, "You're not ready." The excuses that asked for 5 more minutes of sleep. The inner resistance that turned the start of the day into a silent retreat before the fight even began. And right now, someone watching this feels exposed because I just described your morning, didn't I? That moment when awareness comes back online, and instead of appreciation, you feel heaviness, as if existence itself presses down on your chest. Your thoughts assemble like a courtroom where you're both the defendant and the judge, replaying old mistakes, missed chances, and imagined futures that haven't even happened yet. Marcus Aurelius knew this mental torment well. While ruling an empire under constant threat, he discovered a truth modern psychology is only beginning to articulate. By candlelight, likely exhausted and burdened, he wrote a simple command: stay anchored to the present. A short phrase with enormous force. Because each morning, you're rarely battling today. You're wrestling yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's fears. I uncovered the next 5 principles during one of the darkest periods of my life. Grief on my mornings. Waking up felt like being dragged into pain rather than peace. Sleep became refuge. Consciousness felt like punishment, until I stumbled upon ancient strategies buried in philosophy books most people treat as shelf decor. These weren't motivational quotes. They were survival tools, forged by people who suffered deeply and understood one thing. Mental clarity isn't comfort. It's necessity. Some of you watching are builders, entrepreneurs whose minds race between ambition and doubt. Some are caregivers, already depleted before the day begins. Others are chronic overthinkers, running disaster simulations before breakfast. Or maybe you're just human, trying to stay focused in a world engineered to fracture attention. These 5 rules are not gentle advice. They're mental rebellion. They separate those ruled by their thoughts from those who rule them. Apply even one tomorrow morning, and you'll understand why Seneca warned that chasing novelty distracts the mind, while wisdom comes from returning to what's timeless. We're not here for status or approval. We're here for freedom, the kind that begins between your ears. Write this down: clear mind, strong life. If you've ever felt hijacked by your own thoughts, like this video. Subscribe if you want ancient wisdom applied to modern struggle. Share this with someone suffocating under mental noise. Now, listen closely, because missing even one of these principles may mean missing the key. Rule 1. Claim your mind before the world does. Civilizations collapse when borders are ignored. Your inner world works the same way. Each morning you wake up without defenses, allowing worries, fears, and random thoughts to flood in unchecked. No vatikipe. No authority, just passive surrender disguised as starting the day. The Stoics practiced something radical, declaring mental ownership out loud. Marcus Aurelius would stand grounded and announce what he expected to face, not to invite difficulty, but to remove its power. By naming obstacles, he robbed them of surprise. He wasn't predicting trouble. He was controlling his response. Tomorrow morning, before your phone, before your feet hit the floor, you will state your authority clearly. I choose my thoughts. I choose my reactions. I decide how this day unfolds. Say it firmly. Your nervous system responds to conviction, not accuracy. Authority, real or imagined, changes your biology. Stress hormones drop. Focus sharpens. Calm replaces chaos. I learned this after losing everything in a failed business. My mornings were torture loops of regret, until I began saying, sometimes shaking, my thoughts serve me. I don't serve them. At first it felt fake, then hopeful, then true. This isn't optimism. It's mental defense strategy. Epictetus, born without freedom, learned that the only invincible territory is the mind. You've been giving that territory away. Tomorrow, you take it back. Rule 2. Remember you are temporary, so your focus becomes sharp. Most people avoid the mirror in the morning not out of vanity, but avoidance. Because it reflects a quiet truth: time is passing. The Stoics faced this head-on with a stark reminder. Remember that life is finite. Not to become gloomy, but to eliminate distraction. If you truly grasp that your mornings are numbered, how many of today's worries would survive? Stand before the mirror tomorrow. Look carefully. Time leaves evidence. Then ask one clarifying question. If today mattered more than I think, what deserves my attention? Suddenly, comparison feels foolish. Petty arguments lose oxygen. Perfectionism becomes unacceptable. This practice stripped my indecision after watching someone I loved regret wasted days. That memory now wakes me up, not with fear, but urgency. You don't have infinite mornings. Clarity isn't optional. Rule 3. Rehearse loss to eliminate fear. While safe in your bed, mentally strip everything away. Your job, your status, your certainty. The Stoics called this negative visualization, not to suffer, but to prepare. When you imagine losing what you fear most and realize you're still breathing, something powerful happens. Fear loses authority. Anxiety thrives in uncertainty. Clarity grows in acceptance. When you've already faced the worst internally, reality becomes manageable. This practice taught me resilience during moments when the future felt fragile. Visualizing loss didn't weaken me. It freed me. You don't become fearless by hoping nothing goes wrong. You become fearless by realizing you can endure when it does. Rule 4. Separate what's yours from what isn't. Your mind is overloaded because you're trying to control what never belonged to you. Other people's opinions, the past, the future, random outcomes. Epictetus drew a clean line. Some things are yours to command. Most aren't. Tomorrow, divide your thoughts into 2 categories. Under my control, effort, choices, values, response. Not under my control, everything else. Watch how quickly mental noise dissolves. Power isn't about influence over the world. It's about mastery of your reaction. Rule 5. Turn every disturbing thought into a teacher. This one sounds counterintuitive until it changes everything. Don't fight uncomfortable thoughts. Study them. Every anxious thought points to something you value. Every fear highlights a growth edge. Every discomfort carries instruction. The Stoics called this loving fate. Not because pain is pleasant, but because resistance is useless. When you stop asking, how do I get rid of this thought? And start asking, what is this here to teach me? Clarity emerges. Your obstacles are not blocking your path. They're the path. You started this video overwhelmed by mental noise. You ended holding 5 ancient tools for clarity. Tomorrow morning, you choose. Old habits or deliberate practice. Mental chaos or authority. Reaction or leadership. The Stoics never promised easy mornings. They promised clear ones. Your real work isn't your job. It's command of your mind. Like the video if you're ready to try. Subscribe to choose clarity over confusion. Comment which rule you'll use first. Your morning is waiting. Your mind is ready. Rise and take command.